I first met Pam Melroy when we were both starting our freshman year at Wellesley College, more years ago than I want to count. And of course, you meet a lot of people when you first arrive at college, but my introduction to Pam really stands out in my memory because she walked up to me and she said, "Hi, I'm Pam Melroy and I'm going to be an astronaut." And at that point, she'd actually mapped out her whole plan for that. She was going to become an Air Force pilot, she was going to become an Air Force test pilot, and then go into the astronaut program. And this was all completely credible, in spite of the fact that at that time, there were no female test pilots in the Air Force, and there were no female astronauts. But I don't think any of us who knew her back then or who have known her since ever doubted that she would succeed. So at our last reunion, Pam asked me what I was doing, and I told her, and she said, "Elizabeth, that's awesome." And I said, "Well, Pam, I think what I do is wonderful and important, and I work with amazing people, but there are degrees of awesome, and I think astronaut ranks pretty high up there in the awesome category." And she responded to me, "You can't look at Earth from space and not be a conservationist." And I thought, Pam, I have about 2,000 people I want you to come and meet. So with that, please join me in welcoming my friend, the astronaut, Pam Melroy.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth, and thank you everyone here. I'm very excited to be here to talk to a bunch of people who I think we have a lot in common, and hopefully you will sense that and see that. I'd like to talk for a moment about how astronauts think about the Earth. Before I flew in space on my first flight, I used to get asked by kids all the time, "What's your favorite planet?" And I would talk about Neptune because I did my master's thesis on the atmosphere of Neptune. So I could talk about Neptune for 20 minutes and bore you to tears because it's a really interesting planet to me. But then when I got in space and looked down at the Earth, I thought, oh, I'm crazy. Earth is my favorite planet. I don't want to live anywhere else. Earth is our home. Something happens to us in space, and we astronauts call it the overview effect. And it's the experience of looking down at the Earth and realizing that everything that we know and love, every drop of water, every human, every piece of music ever written, everything that we know, we can go completely around in 90 minutes. And then looking out at the vastness of the universe on the other windows and realizing how precious the Earth is, seeing how connected things are, the fact that there are no borders. You don't see those from space. You just see the Earth as one giant ecosystem. And I think it's important that we send more and more people to space so that they can have the perspective that you share with us, which is that the Earth is our home and it is a spaceship, and we must be stewards of it. So we need the Earth. The Earth must support and sustain us because it is our home. But just like the crew aboard the space station, we must also care for it and repair it when necessary. It's a very important relationship. Earth is our spaceship. And in closing, I want to say that I appreciate so much what you do, and I hope that you understand that you are not just stewards of the land and the water in the boundaries of your land trust. You are stewards of our planet, and I thank you for that. Thank you.